What's up, everybody? It's your boy who cried goth GF, back with another episode of Point and Laugh, the magic show where I make you a better deck builder and a worse person by means of verbal disparagement. This week, first up, we have Fair Thoracle. After that, our next liar enjoys cats. And finally, we see what all the fuss is about Gaia's Cradle. For everybody who subscribes to this video, I will remove one ranked League of Legends game from my editor's daily quota. And Mango! Keep the god CS up, will ya? All right, first we have Mr. Lebowski with a silly deck. Behold, a bracket 2 typal deck that wins with Thoracle. Enjoy. Somehow I doubt I will. Abishan Cephalid Brunch, a Cephalid typal deck. So we are going to fairly self-mill with Thassa's Oracle. It's bracket 2 despite the prominent game changer because it is extremely slow. The only true combo in the deck involves Mirror of Fate and requires Thoracle to have been exiled by our opponents first. What is Mirror of Fate? Hold on. Okay, so Thoracle, evil devil from the Bible, Mirror of Fate. Sack it, get 7 face-up exiled cards you own, exile your library, put the chosen cards on top. Oh, so you, that's the funniest fucking Uno reverse I've ever seen. That's the funniest, that's so fucking funny. What? Swords to Plowshares Thoracle. You've activated my fucking trap card. I think the only problem here is this is devastatingly unrealistic, right? Because if Thoracle hits the field, for it to be exiled, then you should already have like a trigger to win the game, right? And so it would have to be like exiled from your library. Like this is deep, like this isn't Swords to Plowshares tech. This is like Praetor's Grasp tech. Yeah, Bojuka Bog, you mill it and they Bojuka Bog it. All right, I'm with it. Good God, these are some bad cards. Okay. This one is a good card, right? This one is a combo card. Do we have manaless targeted abilities? Okay, we do. But it requires us to, we have manaless targeted ability for each Cephalid we control. We have the devil here. Good for you. Recall. Oh, okay. All right, mono blue ramp. I see you. Famously fair card, Treasure Cruise. There we go. Okay, propaganda. That's sure. Sure. The actual good propaganda. Yeah. Web of Inertia, they may... Oh, that's disgusting. Are you just running every fucking Cephalid? You've gotta be. Cephalid in the flavor text, baby. All right, blue players, only me. Oh, Cephalids specialize in lose-lose situations. My fault, dude. Oh, hold on, is that evil? Yeah, tap and untap, tap a permanent. If I tap an opponent's creature, I may draw a card. That's a little hot. How do I flip you? I'm trying to imagine this staring me down during a commander game, because that's what I fucking feel like this is. It's obvious. I was gonna try to get you on it not being bracket 2 because it has Thassa's Oracle. Why at the Oracle? To prove a fucking point. To do this. To stare at your opponents the entire game, mogging them as a fucking octopi, dude. That's why. What other reason do you need to be like, yeah, I won with my Sea Scryer deck? All right, does this even work? We have a 1-lander. I kind of want to keep this 1-lander. All right, Vedelkin, not a Cephalid, but we're grandfathering him in. Yeah, all right, so Otherworldly Gaze. So we want fetch lands, but I also want a turn 2 play. Man. All right, I'm gonna keep this on top. I play a fetch land because we have to thin the deck. We gotta thin the deck. I play Codex Shredder. I mill a card. I hit my 3rd land because God loves me. I play Milliken? Or would this... No, I have an unblockable 1-2. The beatdown plan is occurring. I mill one more card. I swing my unblockable 1-2 on turn 4. And I play Charmed Pendant. I mill one, I mill another one. I get this... no, at this point I think I would go Unctus. I swing my unblockable 1-2. I get to draw and discard, right? Okay, upkeep Surveil 1. Fuck this mana rock. Mill 1. I float a blue mana. I'm cooking. I play Milliken. Holy God. Hedron Archive, Cephalid Looter, mill 1. Pendant, mill 1. I float 2 blue. It's fucking happening. I use the 2 blue for Hedron Archive. I swing this guy. Draw, discard. Fuck Think Tank. I mill 1. No whelming wave! All right, it's turn 7. If anybody has even like thought about us, we've died. We're not even on a like lieutenant in Bleach situation, we are like a depowered person with a kitchen knife. That's why you don't swing. I need my loot though. I need my loot. Also, the idea that one solitary 1-2 is the only thing standing between us and extinction is a little bit hopeful. Okay, so this actually does matter. I tap out for my commander because now I can tap all my blue creatures without swinging. So on somebody else's turn, I tap this to draw a discard, which triggers an Unctus draw a discard. Actually, I could have sequenced this to also have Hedron Crab out and mill one, so I'll do that. But other people's turn, we Unctus, draw, discard. Wait, he's not a Cephalid, so we would have done the Path Mage, and then we're stuck there. And then I just Codex Shredder myself. All right, for 2 blue, I get this thing into play. So now if I discard lands, I can pay 1 to draw. This guy's gonna use all my mana. If I mill 1, draw, discard. All right, discard, pay 1, it's happening. I get my other draw, discard. Thing twice is here. Well, listen, man, you're definitely bracket 2, but I think you've got some bracket 1. I think you've got some bracket 1 security officers in white coats coming to collect you. We have Wonder, so that gets dumped. We tap. This is a crab. We tap this guy, draw, discard, mill 1. Gosh dang it, mill 1. Gosh dang it. Keep watch is very silly. Do I want to do this Sage? I think maybe. I use 3 colorless, pay 1, draw a card. So 3 colorless, 1 blue, play this guy, draw 3, discard 2, pay 1, draw a card, and I would... Thought Reflection's cute as hell. God, I am hurting. This is so much fucking sequencing. Oh, and I would have... And I missed a mill 3. I missed mill 3 for this fucking Hedron Crab. So it's turn 9, we're 50 cards deep. I think you said no sooner than turn 9, but probably turn 11. This is adorable. This is so bad. What we could do to make this deck conceivably better, because the obvious thing is to wheel, right? If we just wheeled over and over, that's still technically bracket 2, but that does a much better job of working us through our deck and getting us new cards to utilize. And if every card is a Cephalid, that makes sense. And I can see some of these are like, that guy has tentacles. That looks weird and freaky like octopi do. This is a bush though. So where's the line? Purely vibes. Interesting. Can you elaborate to me on the vibes of a bush? On why that works as the Cephalid? Is it because there's water on it? It's blue. Good point, Owen. If we're going purely on vibes, I think that makes Hydroelectric Specimen racist in this deck. And this has not a goddamn thing. The vibe of this is I like drawing cards, you little fucking liar. The vibe of Betrayal is, this is incredibly functional in this shit pile that I've made. Octopi betray people. And you're right. Because like Deep Analysis, hell yeah. Fact or Fiction, Octopus lie. Cephalids know things, has a Cephalid on it. Cephalids are pedantic. I got fucking nothing. There's liquid on the card, and cephalids are wet. Cephalids love boats. Perfect. Cephalids look freaky. This card, I see some tentacles on it. The only thing I want to sell you on here is we can maybe copy our best Cephalid, and the 2 things that seem to be, in the playtest we did, the 2 things that were moving it along the most is Cephalid Illusionist, which we did not see, but that's a triggered ability, and Unctus, being able to draw a discard over and over and over again. And this does hit both of those. It does trigger Thoracle, yeah. This can also allow you to play Thoracle early, and then you can hold this in your hand and it'll be like, ha, we got him. The Thoracle's already on the board. And then you just, oop, Thoracle 2, bitch. Drag Under would be actually, you know what? You might actually be able to use this to interact with the board, which I do think disqualifies it from the deck. Stupefying Touch is actually okay interaction. Well, no, it's not. I'm tricking myself. I want so badly to love this deck that I'm lying to myself. You wouldn't put apes in your humans deck. That's... Wow. You wouldn't put apes in your human deck. You motherfucker. I think this is mostly perfect. This is truly terrible. Anybody who loses to this deck should be deeply ashamed. And that's a beautiful thing. The entirety of this deck is like, oh, what are you playing? Oh, I'm playing dinosaurs. Oh, what are you playing? I'm playing vampires. Oh, what are you playing? I'm playing birds. All right, Rick, what are you playing? See you in 20 turns, bitch. We have, no, it is bracket 2. I'm inclined to agree with their assertion that it is at the bottom of bracket 2. It is digging through the bottom of the barrel. It has splinters under its toenails, but it is bracket 2. because the dumb thing we built around is specifically a way to win the game. We did it in the worst way possible, but we did do a, like, the theme is winning with this card. And because the theme is winning, I agree that we have to be in bracket 2. But man, is it a funny fucking bracket 2. None of these videos would be possible without support from our patrons. So I'd like to issue a very special thank you to our highest tier patrons, Mr. Caldarius, Katya M, Solar Movie, Fun, Phelan, Bobby Joe Lord, and Calamity. Thank you all very much. Let's get back to the video. The purrs grow louder, and we have the adorable Arabo art. Okay. I normally hate green, I normally hate white, but I do love cats. So you've got me there. We've got... Alright, so Arabo is 5/5. Oh, fucking Eminence, though. So Eminence, we get to give a cat +3/+3. If we have Arabo, we can pay to give, you know, one-off Crater Hoof. Yeah, we're a cat deck. Alt Wincon, Quietus Spike, and Felidar Sovereign. Oh, I'm already fucking mad. This is why. This is why you cannot trust the Selesnya players, right? Because they show you, oh yeah, this is my cute cat deck. What's my backup plan? Tetanus and Regulatory Capture. Ah! Anthem. Okay. Yeah. All right. Keep telling yourself that. Sure. Piece of interaction. That one's, ooh. That one's a little spooky, yeah. Or Aura Shards, but only for my cat deck. Anti-spell, great. Card draw, the greed from the Bible. Okay, you're a green player. I know you don't know how math works. Mathematically, we are going to see one of these every other Commander game. You know what's happening? All those other games, you are giving birth to a litter, tossing them into the road, and hoping for the best. And we have card draw, but only if I have drawn so many cards that I have 7 mana. Feel free to ignore the tags. No, this is too good. Growing Rights of Itlamok. Impulse once. Card draw section complete. Cat. Only 14 seems kind of weird. These all seem above board. That is an adorable art. 14's really low. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my fault. I missed the other cat tag. Cat but proper noun. That's why the tags don't work. These are the most working tags I have ever seen in my life. Combat tricks. This is a specific Hammer of Nazan tutor. Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, you may tap target creature defending player controls. That is such a generous definition. Personally, this is my favorite combat trick. I just want to share that with you for no reason, Bob. I just want us both to appreciate these 2 wonderful combat tricks. All right, cost reduction's cute. Counter generator's good. Draw filtering, that's a good card, and it has a cat on it. Equipment, what have we picked? See, this is a combat trick. And is furry bait. 10 out of 10. Ooh, Sash is good. Animist is good. This has a cat on it. Oh, and we can, if we lose a creature, we can get another cat. I love that. Lifelink and trample. Lifelink and trample. First strike, trample. Double strike. Yeah, that's all great. Ah! I'm going to crumble into dust. A 3-mana 1/1. Forest Walk, brother. It is a cat, though. It is a cat. Filtering. I don't even want to read this motherfucker. All right, haste is good. Life gain's solid. Mana Dork Maker. Yeah, Elven Chorus is very, very strong here. Mana Ramp. God. What's the curve? You probably don't need ramp. There's no way. Ooh! Ooh! Respect. Wait, secretly choose an opponent. Reveal the player. Exile a creature that's attacking you if it's controlled by the chosen player. Activate only once. You're my fucking hero. Never mind. I take back every mean thing I said about you. That card's goddamn hilarious. I'm putting it in every white deck I ever play. I don't play white decks. Miri's sick as hell. Balan's sick as hell. Raksha's sick as hell. 36 lands, sure. Okay. Let's see how this plays right now. I've got some ideas. I think, you know, this is a typal deck, so typal decks are always, they have a very, very, like, small range of variants unless you've got a combo for it. Oh, yeah, it is a mana cliff for sure, but it's a cat deck. So we got one cat, shitty no good loser cat. We don't have card draw, so I probably restart. We got ramp. All right, forest, animist, Miri. First strike and cat, dope. Equip 2, put it out. Swing, it has first strike. You are not doing shit to me. I get a forest. Dope. Woo, route. That is an excellent descriptor of what's going to happen to us if we play against a dinosaur deck. I'm not confident you have to be running it here. We can talk about one-sided board wipes we would bring in. But turn 5, do we want to play a Rabo? I don't even think we do. I think we would want to play Sledge and just Voltron Miri, because then it's a, let's see, this makes it a 5-4, 5, 9, 8. So we gain 9. I pretend that this is a basic I could tutor. We play this, we get Descendant's Path. So the issue I do want to bring before you is because of that absolute lack of card draw we have, we are basically like hard committed to whatever our opening hand is. Like we had 2 cats in that opening hand. We're playing 2 fucking cats all turn. We have 1 pretty good cat and we have no way to protect him, but we can gain a lot of life. So if we do get to keep Miri, we hit again, we get sort of the Animist. We're going to pretend that this is a basic I could tutor. On upkeep, oh, it goes to bottom, draw a card. We can continue Voltroning, or we can go Arabo, because now we can double dip. And now we would try to make a massively lethal cat. But there were I think there were a lot of instances where the average pod would go, oh, we have to deal with that. And it would have been very, very easy to stuff you in the litter box. Now, if we get Herald's Horn, that feels a lot better, right? So we go tap land, we go Yavi Maya, we play the Lynx, we get to do We Are the Rats, we get to Herald's Horn at the beginning of your upkeep. It is not. We draw a card. We do the Animist thing again. This is like a 6/6. We have Hammer of Nazan. We play this. We have another board wipe that we don't want to cast because all of our cats would be dead and then we would be fucketed. So let's talk about things that could help with this problem, because I like the general vibe of this deck, but I do think we are, oh Lord, we're bracket 3. Yeah, we are really hanging out in the slow end for that. Like we are less of a cat deck. We are more of a kitten deck. I think the thing that would help the most is, I'm gonna recommend like bad and cute cards first. This is the new Herald's Horn out of Lorwyn. It's better than you think. Not only can you pick cats for that, this is look at top. If it's a cat, you get it. If it's not a cat, you can surveil it away, which is just so much better than Herald's Horn, because Herald's Horn, more often than not, you go, oh, great, I get to look at the top card of my library. What is it? Trash? I guess I'll draw it. Gathering Stone gets around that because you check the top and you go, oh, it's a land. I have my land drop for turn, or I have enough lands in play that I don't need another land right now, and you get to put it into the graveyard and then maybe draw something good. Yeah, and as Nunes is pointing out, you get to do it the turn you play it. So I think most of what would help is we got to load up the card draw section with more things that will let you draw more cats, or more things that will let you cast off the top. So like Elven Chorus was great. Because Sword of the Animist appears married to your opening hand, I would also like Case of the Locked Hothouse. The ability to play stuff off the top of the library, very, very helpful. So Summoning Materia would let you play from top. It would also give your creature Vigilance, which is useful. We have Summoning Materia and Case of the Locked Hothouse. Those are the only 2 other precognition engines we can get. I think the other thing we could do, power-based draw, because your commander is going to give everything +3/+3, especially if we're doing pseudo Voltron. If you get to keep an 8/8 for 3 turns and all you're doing is swinging, that is okay. If you get to keep an 8/8 and it draws you 8 cards, that is fucking excellent. So I would look into Power Matters Burst Draw as well. I think you have Return of the Wild Speaker, so I'd say double down on those. You could Shamanic Revelation if you get a lot of cats onto the field. You could Season of Gathering. Season of Gathering, very, very good card. You can Lifestream's Blessing, which is also instant speed. So you can do this in response to one of your good cats getting murdered. So there's a lot of levers you could pull here, but the number one thing I think you need is more cats to play. This is like a cat cafe that only has like 1 tabby, and there's like 8 college kids who are all trying to post it to their Instagram story, and it's getting overstimulated and it's getting upset. We just need to source a few more. We're stressing Bob out. We gotta let him chill. Now, you're going to say I'm a sellout. Maldhound, you're recommending counters. Maldhound, this is not a cat. Read this shit and weep, motherfuckers. Read it and weep. I know what I'm about. I think presently we got too good a heart. We're so worried about mana, but we're not worried enough about having things to spend mana on. You'll hate me probably. Excellent start. Meep, meep. Mulligan rules. 2 lands with white and green, a mana dork, and a combination of Sink, Tutor, and Untap. That is too many fucking rules. What are you doing? God damn it. God, I told Veggie this card was gonna be a fucking problem. I knew the moment I saw this Grizzly MILF that I was gonna get fucked, okay? Meet my secret commander, Gaia's Cradle, but better. I'm calling the SEC. You don't need a deck roast, you need a fucking audit. Fuck you. Mulligan rules, these 7 cards specifically. Fuck your tags, I know what's in this. I know what's in your heart. All right, we got some good stuff. We got some normal stuff. We got some $60 cards. 5 mana, check top 3, put a permanent card to hand. Okay, that's bringing me back a little bit. If we're doing Gaia's Cradle in the command zone, you can win me over by playing dog shit. All right, this isn't dog shit. That's a little bit dog shit. Like, I'm down for some type of like weird pseudo infinite big mana turn instead of the normal like, oh, Heliod Walking Ballista. Yeah, some weird flicker stuff. Flash Thompson, that's so much better. Arthur, I swear to fucking God. No, it wants to be in bracket 4. I think the earlier dog shit, I mean, like, if we're being for real, I think Distinguished Conjurer is almost certainly a bad card. Beast Rider Vanguard, if I have infinite mana, says I draw my combo and win the game. So it is all dependent on the reliability with which we can make this commander go infinite, which is not hard because I believe there exist more creature untappers. Because the reason I said the commander is better than Gaia's Cradle, which is definite rage bait, is that if you are able to stick her, there exist more creature untappers than there exist land untappers and permanent untappers. So I think you have an easier time connecting the dots to going infinite or near infinite on this card than you do on Gaia's Cradle. But you only have access to green and white, whereas most of the colors that are doing Cradle combos in CEDH have access to like at minimum blue on top of this. Fucking all right. Yeah, don't counter me. See, like Seed Cradle Witch. Can you imagine how many decks would play this if it just said untap target permanent? That is the benefit of playing Brigade, is you are now able to play draft chaff dog shit like Seed Cradle Witch that at 4 creatures will give you infinite untaps, and at 5 creatures will give you infinite mana. Oh God, and you get to Voltron win. That's all right. You're winning me over a little bit, you scamp. All right, Silk Clean fucking sucks. You are not winning me over anymore. Scrub is fine as a protection piece. Yeah, sure. All right, so we have a couple like infinite untap loops with extra steps because we have a number of things that can flicker our untappers or bounce them back to hand. Sure, I have a million mana, and you can't board wipe me. I have never heard of good interaction ever. But I am a petulant child and I hate the people I play with. Flicker turns the commander off. You're not flickering the commander. You are flickering, when I said with extra steps, I mean you have your commander, you have Flash Thompson, you have Emil the Blessed. You flicker the untapper and untap your commander. And at like 4 to 5 creatures, you go infinite on mana. I think that's the goal here. Dawn of fucking hope! Brother, where is the life gain? Is this just, I make infinite 1/1s, I win? Oh my God, if this fucking works. Hold on. All right. No lands, but I have a lot of ramp. I have an outlet, and I have a protection piece. I just don't have an untapper. Oh no, I do. Sorry, I do. Fuck it, I'm keeping this hand. I add green, I play Elvish Mystic, I play Lotus Petal. Brigade, pay 3 life, Fintorn Elves, and I get a Kithkin. All right, so if somebody has creature removal or a creature counterspell, I'm fucked. If they don't, I think I just win. Because I go land, I pay the green to flip her. I have 5 creatures in play. I pay 1, I pay 4, I untap her. 6 mana, pay 4 of it. I have infinite mana. And she is infinitely big. I can have this guy too. So pretty fun. Not I pass, it's turn 3. You think everybody at a bracket 4 game has a blocker on turn 3? I don't. I think Muscle Grandma is beating somebody to death. Your whole board is infinitely big right now? Yeah, actually. Our entire board is infinitely big, but yeah, we have 4 infinitely big creatures. You think there are more than 4 blockers on a bracket 4 table? You gotta kill Mana Rocks. Georgie spent his first 2 turns not casting creatures. I would guess on turn 3 of a bracket 4 game, there are 2 dog shit creatures in play. Like 2 people have played 1 creature each, and 1 person has played no creature. There's one guy who has played Rhystic Study instead of a creature, And then there are 2 other people who have played 1 setup creature. And so we send 1 person to hell, we send another person to hell, and we remove the chump blocker from the other person, and we get 2 cards. Sick. If we get board wiped, we're fucked. If we don't get board wiped, we win on this turn. I am concerned about the ability of this deck to weather 1 removal spell. It cannot. 1 removal spell, this deck is cooked in half, and that is how green decks normally do at high power Magic. If you are playing a game of CEDH and you go to remove the mono green Selvala player's Selvala, or you go to remove the mono green Yisan player's Yisan, you will witness a performance that could get an Oscar that will attempt to gaslight you into not killing it. They will pull out fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, maybe more Leonardo DiCaprio if it's a green player, but they will pull out all the fucking stops to be like, no, it doesn't make any sense to kill him. I promise, I swear to God, I don't even have the win in hand. You gotta listen to me. Am I gonna show you my hand? Of course not, but you gotta kill the guy with the lotus petal. Like, that's how green has to play in high power Magic. So it's a weakness of the deck, but they have opted into that weakness. It's not a weakness. If you play green and you try too hard to fix that weakness, you end up with a bad deck anyway, because then you're not proactive enough to get the job done. Dawn of Hope is insane copium though. You got to get this shit right out of here. There has to be a better mana dump. Okay, we get Fintorn, we get Brigid, and now we can only float 3 mana. Well, oh no, we can just barely do it because we can play her, and now we can float 4 mana, and we can use 1 green from here to get the chain started. So we can do turn 3, infinite power, infinite bacon. I'm actually inclined to agree with Sauron. I don't think Grand Abolisher effects are doing that much for you because you have to play Brigid and then pass. And most of the stuff you're winning with is going to be an activated ability rather than a spell, and so you're not even that worried about counter spells. They're probably not that bad to run because they are a low mana value creature, but it seems like the only hope this deck has of victory is I have to have 2 other creatures to play prior to turn 3. Voice of Victory is a must if you have the 2 tokens live after attack. Based on... that doesn't seem true. I mean, it gets us a little more mana, but yeah, that's enough. I'll agree to that because it could get us like right over the edge of not having the mana to get the loop started. Silk seems like an incredible copium. This is, I mean, maybe it's a mana dump, but it's not an untapper. I would rather have my mana dumps be other things that were checking the top so I could get Seed Cradle Witch. It seems like Seed Cradle Witch is like far and away the best outlet we can get for this, and so anything else I would rather just pay more mana to keep digging for Seed Cradle Witch than I would to make everything infinite big but not untap them, because we are living and dying on the untap. Like if we mana confluence, dork, land, I flipped, but like look at me not having a fucking loop, and so I would have to go Bright Glass, Gear Hulk. Like I would have to tap out this turn, or no, I could make this work. Hold on. Float 2 white mana, Flash Thompson, untap. Float 3 green mana, Badger Mole Cub holding up a green mana. This land gets Earthbent. Oh, but these all have to be pips. I think maybe there's an order we could do that with Badger Mole Cub, Delighted Halfling, and Flash Thompson, that you do get to go for it this turn, but we like always have to get the loop started. Like we cannot flip Brigid the turn we play her, and so trying to stop people from casting spells on our turn doesn't really help because we just have to pass to them anyway. Yeah, and that roadblock is why we're in bracket 4 and not CEDH. I actually kind of like this. Well, hold on. Do I only like it because it's an infinite mana dump that theoretically draws cards? Do we have any way to... We don't have recursion. Because we don't have recursion, it probably doesn't actually do anything. It just gets infinitely... I mean, it is infinite mana, infinitely large Seeker of Sunlight, but I think that is worse than the Spider-Man card that I want you to cut. If it could draw a card, or if it could do... Hold on. It has hotter art. Not true. Not true. That is a lie that you have told. We have Staff of Domination, right? Okay, yeah, we're not crazy. Nylea is expensive, but I like her more. I like her more than the Spider Bitch. We have Recruitment Officer and Squad Rallier, but this is another green only. I get to turn infinite mana into I draw every creature in my deck. So if I have the untap loop, it can get me to whatever overrun I want to do. You probably shouldn't actually play this card because people could just fuck you. People could just fuck you by flipping this guy. The control player just says like draw a pass and then you're hosed. All right, 3 mana creature that gets us there. Okay, so that's really all I'm gonna recommend, I think this is actually a pretty good bracket 4 deck. I think this is right at what bracket 4 wants to be, which is decidedly too shitty for CEDH. You've got a couple cards you can like just throw at people, be like, look at this guy, he's good now. And then you win with an infinite mana combo on turn probably 5, I think most games. And you have an infinite mana combo where you have to basically put it on the table, like you have to flop your dick on the table, hand everybody else a machete and be like, do you want to? Do you want to? Do you want to? And if they all say no, then you get to win. I can't call it peak because it's Selesnya, but I think this is exactly what bracket 4 combo wants to do. I think the only card I really disagree with is Grand Abolisher for the reasons given, and Silk, because I think your mana dumps should be digging through your deck rather than like it should either dig through your deck or it should untap your commander. And if it just puts power on board, I don't think that is good enough based on the hurdles we had to clear in the playtesting. So Jarther, great job. I hope you lose every game you ever play with this.